I think the other part too to this is I don't think people realize that we have a diverse group of backgrounds. There are teachers who are former law enforcement, former military. Um, I'm neither of those, but I do know how to fight. I used to play hockey growing up. I grew up, most of my cousins were boys, so, you know, I didn't get to see them that much, but most of the cousins that were close to my age were boys, so they'd go roughhouse with each other, roughhouse with me, whatever. Um, Not super close to any of them, but yeah, and they're all rednecks. I come from a long line of redneck white trash. Even though my parents are, even though we're in the suburbs, but my parents both did pretty well for themselves, yeah. Um, yeah, I know how to fight. I also trained in boxing, Muay Thai, and Brazilian Jiu Jitsu for a few years when I was younger. And I was a hockey goalie for many years when I was a kid. And I played on boys' teams because in Georgia, I think we had like one girls' team, but I would usually just play on the boys' teams for whatever reason because the team wasn't that good. I don't even remember, it was so many years ago, but I would have to fight to prove myself to the boys and to get them to not mess with me. And guess what? They didn't. They respected me. I literally one time remember being in sixth grade, going into another team's locker room, beating the crap out of a guy and having two girls pull me off because he was being an idiot and poking me. So long story short, yeah, I can fight. So I don't do it, obviously. And my back and my wrists are kind of messed up nowadays. So I don't really want to, but you're going to go threaten a kid? Mm-mm. I'm going to threaten, I'm going to turn up. And most teachers would do that. As for the guns in classrooms, the only time I could maybe see it, and even then, because we had a kid who used to try to take stuff from me and from the other kids, and it was a pain. This is a whole, I don't know if I'll ever tell it, I'll tell the story later, but, besides that, if it's a teacher who's former law enforcement or military, I would actually be, in that case, I could maybe see it, but even then, I just think it's a really bad idea. I think it is a really bad idea, and I think you're asking for trouble. But yeah, I mean, a lot of teachers too, they just like I said, you have that adrenaline that's going to kick in. Look at those two teachers in Texas. They were the ones who probably did try to fight off the gunman and probably did try to do their best to protect their kids. Now, with that caliber of a weapon, I don't know much about guns, but it's going to be a lot harder. But yeah, any teacher would do that. And the issue that I have, though, is the fact that that's an expectation in this country, that as a teacher, you go to work and you may not come home, and you know that. So, but yeah, plenty of us wouldn't need a weapon. We had a teacher who had been teaching for 30 years, and I loved her, but she was terrifying. I think she would have set him straight.